Hey folks, here we are for the special weekend episode. We're going to actually cover these conversations in the camp. I'll try to focus it on character and character to character to see how it is. Hopefully I can sync these up right, but let's have a look. Saren stirred from his sleep. His mouth had gone dry, and he woke in the middle of the night for water. When he got up, he saw Loren sitting on a fur pout, looking up at the stars. "Ma'am?" Loren looked over at him, but she was not startled. "I am guarding the campsite. You may rest." "You haven't been to sleep yet?" Loren looked back up at the stars with no response, which told Saren the answer. "I will guard now, so you can sleep." She shook her head. "Why not?" I cannot." "Worried about the war?" "How do you fall asleep at night?" Saren blinked and looked around, not expecting such a question. "Well, usually I just lay down my head on the ground and bam, I'm out." Copious amounts of wine also helps. "How can you be comfortable with a mound of fur? Do the insects not bite you? Don't you hear the creatures calling in the night or feel the elements sting you? No lavender grows in these plains, so the air smells of filth. The people here are crude, disrespectful, and allow me to roam free like animals. I'm woken unceremoniously by the sun, beasts, or my own hunger for food that is not terrible. And every time I lie down, I keep awake in fear of unchecked bandits and demons. So I ask again, how is it that you can sleep at night?" Saren smiled to himself. "Why are you smiling?" "I believe you're homesick." "Excuse me? You missed the Citadel." Loren faced away. "I do not." "If you were homesick, that would make sense. You spent your entire life restricted to its walls. It's the only way you know how to live. Or how to sleep." Loren kept staring intently ahead of her, refusing to acknowledge Saren. Saren sighed and moved away from Loren and back to his bed. He stared at it briefly, and then picked it up. "Princess, you may have my fur should you wish to sleep tonight." Loren finally looked back at him. Saren placed his fur pelt next to the one Loren was sitting on. No, wait, take it back. You need to sleep tonight so that you don't kill yourself tomorrow." "I'll sleep." "How? Take back your fur." Saren smirked again. "I am homesick as well, Majesty. In the Citadel, I slept on nothing." Loren gawked at Saren as he laid on the ground and got comfortable. Loren had a hard time processing the idea of sleeping with no bedding. She continued to watch Saren until the man closed his eyes, and only then did she believe it. She turned back to her own fur and felt the hair upon it. With a forced stroke, 2 furs definitely felt better than just one. But she had to be sure. Loren laid her back down on the 2 furs and stared up to the stars. She was much more comfortable, but at the expense of Saren. But he was her servant. He was supposed to make sacrifices for her. Loren hung on to the fact that Saren was a servant. Servants slept in a slave pen. They slept on the ground. The slave pen must have not had furs. Loren shoved her eyes closed. She tried very hard to never think about the slave pen once in her whole life. She never wanted to consider them, because she was afraid that if she did, she would feel as she did at that moment. Loren turned on her side and watched Saren sleeping. She watched his chest rise and fall with each slow breath, and how his hair fell over his eyes. She considered waking him up just to give the fur back, but her eyelids were heavy too as she fell asleep. 3 hearts. So let's start with Draco. I know, Draco. Yes. You call yourself a fire mage, but why not practice the other elements as well? They're no fun. Fire is what is fun. Any particular reason why? Fire's warm and cozy, and also deadly and unpredictable, and pretty to look at. And you can do this, boosh! Did that explain everything? You left out dragons. Right, yes. I liked to pretend to be a dragon when I was a boy. Roar and such. Amazing. I have to know something. Why did you follow Loren and me to Grimoire after we saved you? Follow you? Follow, he says. Follow indeed. Okay, yes, I followed you. And? You two were obviously not from the Empire, but you were heading straight for its biggest city, and what happened was totally what I thought would happen. You were worried about us. Why didn't you just warn us? Hey, you didn't want me around, remember? Sounds like you wanted an excuse to follow us and kept quiet. That's not at all anyway. I liked you guys. You didn't... Well, you knew I was part elf and you didn't care. I don't understand. Is that very peculiar? Well, yeah. You were a human in Empire territory. I was surprised I wasn't dragged to jail. What? Why? It's the Empire's favorite pastime. They need to get a new hobby. Yeah, but when I'm with you guys, I don't really fear all that stuff. Saren wondered just how bad his experiences had been with people that Loren's actions towards him seemed welcoming. I feel bad for those dark elves, don't you? Feeling bad doesn't even begin to describe it. Right? It's terrible. Everyone in the world is so set on picking reasons to hate each other. I don't even understand why. If it's not who you are, it's where you're from or what you look like. Is that why you hide your ears behind your hair? What? Oh, right. You know about that. It's just an easier way to hide. It's just easier to hide them than to explain. I'm not from the forest and yak yak. Still, the world should be a place where no one feels bad for how they look or where they were born or anything else that they can't control. I find it hard to argue with that. I hope one day that Averon becomes that place. Me too. I love elvish clothing, but I kill for Empire cuisine. Why can't we love both? I see your heart is in the right place. What you doing? Saren turned, startled to see Draco was so near. He grabs his chest and feigned pain to exaggerate being startled. Oops. Sorry. You just popped out of nowhere, lurking in the shadows. You're always there. I'm the other side to your coin. My what? I'm your partner in crime with the ladies, because I'm so ugly, and when we're together you'll look really handsome. Not that you need my help with that. You're handsome already. Saren eyebrows raised. Hell yeah. You think I'm attractive? Draco's appraisal gave Saren an odd sense of validation, something he had never really had before. Being a slave for the Amazon made him feel invisible, even unattractive. He had always found beauty in the men around him in the slave pen, but none had ever expressed the same about him. Draco smiled several times as his eyes shifted. Poofed, yeah, who wouldn't? It became clear that Saren had misjudged Draco, assuming that his interactions with women were flirtatious. Oh yeah, I'm a real stud. Saren flexed his arm, ridding Draco of embarrassment as he laughed. Ooh, okay. Nice. If you cast all elements, why is Firestarter your surname? Oh, yeah, I gave that to myself. It's really not a family name. Why don't you use your real family name? I don't know it. And this is a conversation that just got more interesting. No, you still win in those whose life was the worst contests. No use in me even competing. You can tell me. I didn't have a family name because I didn't have a family. Yeah, it's that simple. Not at all. You were orphaned? I think so. I don't have any memories of them. I just remember growing up in the academy. What academy? Oh, the Lothak Wizard Academy. It's a stupid place, so let's not talk about it. Alright. What about your given name? Draco. I gave that to myself too. Kind of. So you had a name before you started calling yourself Draco? That name was stupid too. I don't want to talk about it either. Everything you don't like is stupid, huh? Maybe. Maybe yes? Dairy. What? My name was Dairy. Stupid, huh? Don't start calling me that, okay? You have that look that you're going to start calling me that. I wouldn't dare. What's this about you being a famous mage? Yeah, why haven't you heard of me? Slave, hello. Right, that. Sorry. Anyway, I'm probably exaggerating it a bit as it is. I've been trying to make a name for myself, but I keep running into trouble. Trouble? Like what? Like not being able to actually being able to going into cities or keep a job. Why can't you go, oh, is this about your mixed heritage? I try to minimize that, I really do. Everything else though, it's only my fault. So you've been fired from several jobs because you've messed up? More or less. Fuck it, let's go. Don't worry, Draco. You found your calling now. My calling? Whose calling? I mean, you found your purpose, a job you're really good at, so you won't be fired anymore. I don't have a job right now. You're traveling with us, saving the world. That's a pretty big job. You are our fire mage. Draco didn't respond, but his cheeks did get brighter. I don't know what you've been trying to do before now, but I think this is what you should do from now on. Wouldn't you get tired of me? What? Saren realized that he implied and felt embarrassed. He shuffled and looked away with a nervous laugh. I meant you should become a mercenary of some sort. With other people. Oh. The disappointment in Draco's voice was oddly wounding. Saren hadn't thought much about the future, but he'd never considered Draco a part of it. Now he was thinking about it in great detail. It had its good sides and its bad sides. Plenty of bad sides. But also good sides. We'll see. That was a consolation enough for Draco. Boom. Nothing new with me. Alright then, so that's Draco up to date in this round. When the need arises to try to work my way through. But till then, I'll see you all on the next Let's Binge Loren the Amazon Princess. Bye-bye.